Hello friends, it's Celine coming to you. I do not have comments available to be read back today, so if you're reading this, I won't be able to see your comments until after my phone died, and then I started charging my phone, and then my computer died, so here we are. But I did have some pretty awesome things happening. This week, Stampin' Up! Announced free shipping on orders over $75 in the US just today, tomorrow, and Friday. So it's really exciting. So I kind of did a turn to the right. I was going to do a workshop yesterday, free with an order, but I decided to offer my bundle bonanza. And basically I have quite a few bundles in my stock of retired product that is waiting to come to you. Free with an order. So for every $75 that you spend in my store, you can pick out of my bundles, and they're all visible. So I sent a list of about 36 to start, but the rest of them are for sale or for viewing in my BOGO area, and you just reserve which set that you want, and you spend $75, and I mail you the bundle. So that's my new version of BOGO. The best part is I don't get the rewards on that, you do. So for every $75 that you spend, next time you go in, there'll be $7.50 in rewards that you can spend back on your favorite products. So I'm pretty excited about that. I am buttoning up a week of putting things together. I did 68 cards on Monday. I made 68 swaps. And hey, Mary Jo, hey, Vicky, I can see you now. Once I flip my camera up, I'm not going to be able to see comments because I don't have my laptop. Technology is making me crazy today, but that's okay. We have each other. So hopefully I can continue to talk even though I can't see your comments. That usually feeds me, you know. When I hear your comments and what you have to say, it makes my brain fire, and I do way better answering questions than I do just assuming that you know what's in my head, you know. So anyway, that's going on. We got free shipping just for a couple more days. I hope you take advantage. If you have questions about the new reward system, just opt in. And then when you opt in, then you can place orders. And when you do place orders, for anytime you place an order over $20, you're going to earn 10% back. It's an awesome deal. There's some things still on the last chance list. There's things marked down. If you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, some of the Paper Pumpkin refills are up to 75% off, which is crazy. I don't even know if anything's left because it was so deeply discounted this morning. But let me show you my swaps. Because after I made all those swaps, I was short by a couple. Every month, you guys probably know this, I swap cards with my team, and it's growing. So this month we have 19 people in our team that are going to be swapping, and I mailed a good portion of them this morning, but I have to make a couple of more cards so that I can show you. And I made the first batch with my helper, Maria, and we used Early Espresso ink, and we used blends markers, okay? So the interesting thing about that is, did you know that when you stamp with any color classic ink, you can color with blends and not worry about them interacting with each other? So we're gonna stamp the tree that I have, and it's a full tree, in Early Espresso, and then we're gonna color with blends. Sound pretty good, huh? So I'm gonna get this flipped over, and hopefully I don't go out of the camera or anything because I can't watch the playback and I can't even see your comments. So thank you for leaving me some love. And I will watch them later, I promise. So here we go. Ready? Whoop. Oh, might help if I push the button. Push the button. And we're going to flip the camera down. I didn't even put my stand out. So 1 second here. Don't mind me. Talk amongst yourselves for 1 second. Oh, look, we got the glass mat here. We're in good shape. Okay. So this is what we're going for. And I cut my card base. I scored it 4 1/4. I mean, I scored it 5 1/2 already. And that's going this way with the score blade, right? And now I'm gonna cut this in half at 4 1/4 to make our card base. This is thick, basic white. And that will yield me 2 card bases because I scored first. Okay. So then I cut, this is great math, and I was gonna just cut it up, and then I thought, oh no, I need to show them this. So first I cut a piece of cardstock in half at 5 1/2. Then I cut it in half the other way at 4 1/4. And then I cut it again at 2 1/8. So I will get 8 pieces out of 1 sheet of regular cardstock for this card. So this is the layer that goes on our card here. Oh gosh, I left the espresso paper over on my other station. 1 second. So then I cut another piece in half at 5 1/2. And so this piece is 5 1/2, and I want a couple of 3/4 inch strips. Hi, Jolene. Just so you know, I can't see your comments unless I'm standing. So I stood up and I saw that Jolene was here, but I can't actually respond because I can't see you. That's okay though. So I'm gonna cut 2 pieces here at 3/4 by 5 1/2. So it's kind of cool the way this card worked out math-wise, because you can really get a lot out of your products. So that's just a few layers here. And then here's our card base, okay? So next, I'm gonna ink up this little stamp. And in the stamp set, it's just this little leaf. And you could stamp the whole thing and then cut it apart. You know, you could stamp the whole sheet and then cut it apart. You could make your own designer paper with this. But I'm just going to stamp these 2 pieces because this is what I need right now. Mossy Meadow ink pad. And we're going to get to stamping. So when I was a new stamper, I thought I knew a thing or two. But I really had a hard time with backgrounds because I didn't understand the concept of making it kind of look like wallpaper. So wallpaper, when they make it, they kind of set all of these images apart. And for every image that I'm stamping now, there's roughly a 1 1/2 inch border all the way around. So here there's 1 1/2, here there's 1 1/2, here there's 1 1/2. So by doing it this way, it gives my eyeball a little bit of resting space so that I am not making, I'm going to say, for lack of a better word, a snowstorm. We always joke about it, that if it were a snowstorm, we'd want flurries. We definitely wouldn't want a snowstorm. So there's my leaves, not all in a box, some right off the paper to make my wallpaper look, okay? So these again are measuring 5 1/2 by 2 1/8. Okay. Looking for my glue. I really should clean the table. Wouldn't that be nice? All right, I'm gonna put this to the side. Oh, there it is. Must have been making cards on the other side of the table yesterday. That's funny. Okay, so I'm gonna just add a little bit of adhesive to this, and we'll attach this to the bottom of our card because it's gonna fit right flush mount to the bottom. And if for some reason it hangs over or whatever, we can always trim it with our scissors afterwards. I didn't even wear my glasses out here. Boy, that's all right. I just wanted to come to you and get this video made so that you could see what fun I've been having. All right, so I did that 3/4 inch strip over to cover the separation from the green to the white. Okay, so that's where we are so far. Now I have a couple of piles of white that I already cut down. My focal point is going to be on, it's 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I'm going to actually mat that with another white piece, and this one is going to be 3x4. So I'm just going to do one for you because I want to show you how cool this is and how easy it is to go together. And I put my blocks away. See what happens when I clean? I should just leave everything out. But when I do stand up, I can see what you're saying. So hang on. Oh, hi, Tanya. Okay. I can only see what you're saying if I stand up. So I'm going to put my blocks down here, and I've got the Loveliest Tree Stamp Set here. And I'm going to load this on my bigger block. And then, is the Sympathy out yet? Oh no, this is the Sympathy one, okay. And when I load this on the block, I want to load it so that my words are straight on the block because I don't use the stickers. And then I can just line the block up with the bottom of the 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. So here we go. I'm gonna go for it and just stamp. And if I do make a mistake, luckily I have extra pieces of paper cut here. Sending heartfelt sympathy. Look at how pretty that is. I can't even. So I'm going to give that a hot minute to dry. This tree, the stamp does all the work. You really don't need to do anything. It's so awesome, right? Now, I'm going to give that a second to dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to grab, and I thought I already had another one out. See, I started this, but I need more, so I'm going to show you by opening a pack. Don't mind me, I'm moving around the room. I should have just locked in. I need one of those things that I wear that can capture my voice if I walk across the room. That would be good. Okay, so these are basic beige, and these are bright white, and these will all translate over if I want to color them with my blends. So I don't necessarily have to pick the white. I can use the basic beige and color them here. And I need a new marker. I actually put one in order today during free shipping, which is good because this one is, you can tell I used it in a class. All right, so I'm going to stick that to the side, but you get the idea. So I'll do enough for all the cards that I'm making today because I'm going to make some more of these. They're really pretty. And this is the light Mossy Meadow. Now, this is where people are like, geez, I really wish that they had Memento ink in different colors so that I could use them with my blends. Guess what? When you use your classic ink pads, the ones that are water-based with the alcohol markers, you can use that as your base and not worry. Oh, I found glasses. Yay. And not worry that you're going to smudge the ink. However, now that I have my glasses on, I'll tell you that I used a regular blender pen. So the first one I did, it's funny, you're going to laugh. I moved the base with Wink of Stella, but for a Sympathy card, I didn't want the tree to be shiny. I wanted it to be matte. So this is like one of the only times that I ever have, I'm using a blender pen instead. Wink of Stella is the new blender pen because it adds like all the glitter. Well, I don't want glitter on my Sympathy card. I want it to be more masculine, more neutral. So this stamp is so cool that you can bring all of these branches right out that you've stamped using a blender pen. So there's water-based ink here that I am moving with a blender pen, okay? This is so fun. Mixed media makes me so happy. Okay, so we got all that blended. Oh, one more. I don't want to neglect my branches. Oh, there's one up here, look. Cool. All right, so I think I found them all. And then I'm going to take my light Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to take the brush end, the side you color with, and just add a little color across the bottom. Now, when you're using an alcohol-based marker on top of your classic, unlike a blender pen or Wink of Stella, which is water-based, this is an alcohol-based medium, it's not going to blend that color. So my blends will blend because that's alcohol, and I could put the darker and the lighter with that and blend those two colors. But I am safe to use my alcohol-based marker on top of any color classic pad and not worry about smudging the leaves. So it doesn't turn into a big, you know, poof ball, because the two inks don't really play together well. Well, they play together perfectly for this because I don't want them to move. So here we go. So I got the outline done, and then I don't have to mess with it. I can just fill it in. And I'm using circles because I don't want there to be like a streaky line in my swap either. You know, these are going out to my team members. I want them to have like the most beautiful samples ever. But all I have to do is get the color on there. I don't have to be fussy with it at this point. So now all of that color is on there, but I kept the detail from the early espresso and didn't move that ink at all. So take a look. I'll give you a close-up of that. Isn't that awesome? And then this we did with the blender pen. And I, like, if I was making a pink tree, like outside last night when the sun was setting and my whole sky turned pink, I could make that all glittery, but I don't want to make a sympathy card that's glittery, you know. Okay, so needless to say, I'm getting to the end of a lot of my dimensionals. I have been a card making machine. I am just going to put dimensionals on this. There is a direct correlation on how much you love somebody by how many dimensionals you use. And I don't even know who I'm sending this to, but I'm going to just assume that I love them as much as I love all of you. And I'm going to go crazy here. So if you haven't taken advantage of my bundle sale, know that it's available. If you're not already a demonstrator and get your own discount. If you're a demo and you get your own discount, today's a good day for you too, because you can order $75 worth of anything, get 20 to 25% off your order, get Stampin' rewards after on the full amount before your discount, and cash in on saving on shipping. So it's a good day. And if you're a customer, you can shop in my store. Thank you very much. And I will send you a bundle of your choice from my collection. Pretty simple. And then you get the rewards. So it's different than BOGO. BOGO, I would get the rewards back in the day, but with the new system, you get the rewards. Seems fair to you. All right, so I am gonna peel off just the outside corners. I know that I mapped this out with dimensionals, and it's not about getting it sticky. It's about having enough support underneath my cardstock. So I did one in the middle and 4 corners, and I'm gonna lay this down. Isn't that great? So nothing's smudged. It's all perfectly intact because I colored with alcohol markers on top. Now, if I used Wink Estella on top, like I did with a blue card that I posted last week, it would definitely move the classic ink. But because the alcohol ink is alcohol, it doesn't move the classic ink. So you can use your classic ink as a base with your blends, which I had a few friends say that they wouldn't have known that had I not mentioned it, including my friend Maria, who helps me. So I said, well, that's going to be this week's On the Fly. So here we go. So we are working diligently to get next month's card stuff designed. Cheryl and I are going to be doing a bingo, and I ordered all the stuff for that today, even though it's not advertised yet, but I want to have it ready to ship out the door before I actually post it. And that is the matte dots. Those are 165561. So gorgeous, gorgeous sympathy cards. And I'm so glad it was the theme this month, because I needed a sympathy card last week and I didn't have one. So I'm going to stock up on a few of them. So that's it for today. I know it seems quick, but I was ready to go. Here, let's see. Whoop. I do like that stamp set too. And it's actually pretty cool. It's got, I'm going to see if I can read through your comments because I usually have a laptop here beside me. Oh, hi, Tara. Yeah, I like the stamp set too. So it has happy birthday, congratulations, thank you, and sympathy. So it'd be great set for masculine. If you have anybody that you want to send a card to that's a guy, it's a great solemn set. You could make a pink tree. I have a friend that just finished with breast cancer treatment, so I could make a pink tree, mac it out with Wink of Stella, and send her a congratulations because she rang the bell. That's a good concept, huh? So yeah, anyway, that's where we're going. Oh, let's see. Can you get it to focus? Nope. It's one of those. Ha! There we go. So pretty. I know it's a little backwards when I show it that way, but that's okay. Thank you for being here. I see a few of my club members here. I will see you next week for club. I am ready for you. We finally got all the packages put together. I'm very excited about that. Take advantage of the free shipping if you didn't know that I have bundles here waiting to ship out to you. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.